Hey everyone, we'll be starting in a moment. All right. Close that. We seem to be good there. We're showing up. No drop frames. Connection seems stable. All right. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another stream of the Phoenix Wright Trilogy, specifically the Ace Attorney, which is the first game. So, yes, hello, welcome. We are going to be continuing on where we left off last time, where we did some more delving into this case concerning Edgeworth and the murder most foul on the open lake. Which I still don't understand why they even went in a boat in the first place to have a talk. They could have just talked in the park, but I guess they wanted a boat ride. I don't know. Edgeworth, I'm just imagining Edgeworth going and like, no, I don't want to talk to you unless I get to go on a boat. You know, what? Okay. But yeah, we're going to continue with that. We are on day 3, I think. I think we did the second trial last time, and we have started the 3rd day of the investigation. But we'll find out if I'm wrong in that. We are almost done with this case, I think, because we have only 3 days of trials in Universe, because they have that whole limitations thing of only having 3 days for a trial, which makes no sense because you would actually spend months preparing for a single day in real life. But yeah, we've got that to do. So without further waffling, let's get over to the game and begin. Oh boy. Right. Is it showing up on there? Yes. On here? Not yet. Need to refresh. Alright. Showing up on there. It's all good. So I think we are good to go. Right, continue. Yeah, day 3 investigation. I was right. See, I can remember things. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. That means it's after Christmas, not before or during. Why are we sad? We're in there straight away, as usual. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Oh, we need this recap, actually. I didn't remember this. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. You really think Mr. Edgeworth's killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo, how everyone's doing? What do you think of my performance today? Adam swimming in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes. I don't remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell them the truth. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. And then we immediately leave. Larry, you really helped us out in the trial today. You did? If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I'm sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Not Edgeworth, just you two. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Mates? Why'd I put a K in there? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles. The traumatic backstory begins. And Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I had spit someone's mouth. I was on trial, a class trial. Class trial? You remember, Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Instead of bringing lunch from home, they... oh, whatever. Huh? I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with 38 bucks? Those are some expensive lunches. Oh. Yeah, now you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Because, you know, kids, I guess, trial. So the next day we had a classroom trial with me as the defendant. This just seems like a very bad idea in any context, especially for kids. Do I have to do a kid's voice? I don't think I can. I'm not even going to try. I just talk like normal. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one will play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. You shouldn't be allowed to relieve Ace or the library committee. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Oh, I'm going to apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Everything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? That's a big hand. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone has been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Yeah, you tell that teacher to shut up. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea that your whole life was based off a thing that happened in 3rd grade. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there that day, they thought I'd done it. So it took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I've gone deaf. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. I'm also already sounding like I'm fully grown, but you know, a famous defense attorney. A few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. And why was he in prison for doing illegal acts like this? That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, but I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Your boyfriend? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believed in him. He's in pain and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes, I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! Nick! We have to save Edgeworth, if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. God. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who he is and what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of the evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Bye, Larry. Thank you for making me relive all my past trauma or whatever. Gold Lake entrance, going inside. Oh, hey pal. Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. There he goes, speeding off into the distance. Detective Gumshoe is active today. Oh, one other thing. Ah! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out, so he has barred everyone from ever going in there, even though it's a crime scene. He got pretty mad, no one could go in for a while. I guess Lada's in a lot of trouble. Shut up, Maya! Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. I mean, we just met him at the office. He's probably still there. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem! I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Ha! Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Crossberg. There's no time for idle chatter. Mr. Edwards' trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edward should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer some assistance. Why are you even here? Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Probably covering up more evidence. He left his cookies. Or whatever they are. Nobody's home. Hello, hello. Walk. Hey, it's Polly. Wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello. Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for himself. Hello, hello. Poor bird. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. Probably should just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn on his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. The fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Don't you think the caretaker would mind? Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we'd better not. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Squawk. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aww. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, now let's see what's in there. Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in there is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and friend Edgeworth, hauling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and caught out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Oh! Maybe we should show this to police because, you know, it's an important thing to know. Ah! What's wrong? Huh. Oh. Never mind. What? Tell me! Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. It doesn't look like he used his kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us with the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Alright. Time to vamonos. Let's go to Criminal Affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be back. He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Please, think about what you're doing, Jolinda. Don't take my tummy away from me. No! Must be doing image training for a nasty divorce argument. It's obviously the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? That's not possible. The world ended yesterday? Must be reading predictions of the future for someone's homepage. Detention center, I guess. It's Edgeworth. You look as grim as always. Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard that's the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh. Oh, right, yes. I see. Yes, I remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. he's like dismissing it. Well, it's not like anyone else cared about it. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth. Why'd you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny the reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me. Do you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. But that defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day 15 years ago. 3 of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all my memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence, innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Carmen? What's with your real relationship? Are you lovers? No. He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's the time. There's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Here, I'll show you this. Edgeworth, see this letter? Hmm? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me? Who's that old god anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right, but I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. 2 men? Meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Oh! And Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. We shake the screen, make it look like an earthquake. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness chased in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed that oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. I mean, even so, he would still be found guilty. He'd just be put into, like, an institution to help with that. If I think correctly. I need an actual lawyer to figure that out, but... Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? Nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell you all. Tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout. You'll use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What? What are you? Stop breathing my air. No. Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I picked up the pistol. Get away. Get away from my father. I don't know how you would do that noise. My throat can't handle that kind of noise. With that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this late letter makes sense. Or it could be because the guy was on a murder trial, and in Japan, even if you're found guilty or not guilty, they'll be like, oh, he's something wrong with that guy. Because, you know, they're very judgmental. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. No, that doesn't make any sense. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean it was me? I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone who knows about DL6. And now we go to Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what happened. Mr. Edgeworth, he... I see. Mr. Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well, also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder, considering he was only, what, like 5 years old or whatever? This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagine. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. So what do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. He sounded trite. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. No mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. Results, he was a perfect win record in the court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth had tried to call attention to his methods. And? He lost. He died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Gay. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Mani Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. Aha. I have to refresh, restream again because it froze. There we go. That's it. Oops. Defense attorney badge. Oh, quite. Sorry, I have nothing to say concerning that. Oh, so this is the letter? It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote it? Literally the only one that would make sense would be Von Karma, because Edgeworth wouldn't write it to someone else to kill him, and then he wouldn't do it. Then Yanni Yogi wouldn't write his own letter. Huh. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Huh? Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means that the one who Mr. Yogi told Mr. Yogi to kill was correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it was truly von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth has accidentally killed his own son. Or father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finally finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's path like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for a man. That was the first and last vacation he has taken in many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or, to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. Have you? You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. Actually, it's manslaughter, so that's a different charge. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth is innocent. I can't believe he killed someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth himself admits it. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials. I guess I go to the police. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could go check out the records room again. Well, no, I can't have just anyone running around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he's just arrived actually. Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Let's beat up the old man. Dusty as always. They were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just hadn't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. This drawer's open, though. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking into it recently. The label says, Unsolved Cases Evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick, the file for DL6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Oh, yeah. Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? I need to be deeper. I need to remember how to do it. Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Beg your pardon, see? I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. He's got a crazy face. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed the veneer of an amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axiogram with Mr. Edgeworth, or Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. Huh. So you did, but I don't get is... Why did you take your son under your wing afterwards? Son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow's trial will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you'd lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. You were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Here, look at my badge. Fool. You think I, a prosecutor, would give a defense attorney information? Pah! Creep. I'm just gonna show him everything. Yes, I'll just show him this important piece of information. Oh my god. He's doing this every single case. He's like, I'm going to show the person that might be the murderer the important information so they can try and take it from me. God. Mr. Von Karma, take a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit a murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick? What is that thing? It's a taser. Or a stun gun, as he wants to call it. For self-defense, usually. It's not a stun gun, actually. A stun gun would look like a gun. That is a taser, which is a completely different thing. It does the same purpose, but it's a different method. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now give me the letter. No. No! Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Ah! Maya! Out of my way. Ah! So he's now done physical assault on us. He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it, back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. She's dead. Maya! Letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we needed her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? Maya, she's holding something. What's this? A bullet? DL6 incidents evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Stashed in pocket. This is mine now. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Oh, we're not going to tell anyone that we were physically assaulted or our stuff was stolen. Sure, I'll save. Woo! Let's go! This is the last day. Let's see what we can get done today. It's probably going to hit the fan, isn't it? December 28th, 9:51 a.m., 2 days after Christmas. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Oh! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear, as professionals. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shot I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember the past? Does he remember? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. With all the information that was stolen. 10 a.m. The court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth again. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you will remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left them. I'm really sorry about just leaving like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. And so my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. When I say Yanni, you say Yogi. See? It's Yogi. How would you know that? I didn't even say the other thing. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony, you realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave? You're just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just sit quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be found guilty in 3 minutes. Rude. Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird food or whatever. They only have them in this big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why don't you go back to the caretaker shack? Oh, well, the cat got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things from sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see, so he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with the incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having a memory, huh? You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he is lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old Koch's head? That's impossible. Huh. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. You can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, he's going to be the same thing over and over until this trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing over and over now. Literally what he was just saying in his mind. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he was nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Now, as this is interesting, I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. His name is Gregory Edgeworth. That would piss Edgeworth off so much. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. He might have been the judge that was presiding over that case for all we know. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to the conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this in court? This is the court of law, you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we can compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past, which would be very painful and practically impossible. Let me check that, actually. Permanently burn off finger. Fingerprint loss is rarely permanent. The only time fingerprints don't degenerate is when damage is deep enough to affect the generating layer of skin. Even with this type of damage, however, you can almost always still get your fingerprint scan, as most of the ridges will still be intact. So, no. Bullshit. Also, if you were working in a chemical plant, why are you wearing protection? You burned your fingerprints to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we'll not be able to prove his identity. We'll take his blood. We can't get rid of that. No. Well, Mr. Wright, what will you do? Hey, Swordmaster, welcome. Currently in a case trying to prove that this old guy, not this one, the other one, is someone called Yanni Yogi. Seems that the case has been decided. No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Oh, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine the parrot for a little comic relief. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? No. You're not gonna... Your Honor? The defense would like to take up Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take up Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Order! Oh, well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Did you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, you still want to go through with your little game? Yeah, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. Oh, cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Nakama's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least I think so. You know, I would say something about this, but it's actually been a thing where people have brought in animals and cross-examined them, and it actually helped the case. So, I got nothing to say about it. Bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. Must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Hello? Squawk. Huh. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Huh? Who is your owner? Witness! You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Have we forgotten something? As I recall 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk, don't forget DL6, Squawk. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, Squawk. That's not what you were supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello. Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Not in a single day. Did he train her not to respond when he asked if we'd forgotten anything? Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. Okay, we can ask other things then. Alright, well, we know her name. Maybe the safe number would help? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? Safe? Why? Let's try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was on the number of the safe in the shack? 12 feet. 1228, 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that it has something to do with the caretaker. Maybe? Oh! I didn't even look at this and I just went, oh, it's the date. Actually, it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ah, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Take that!
The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to the safe number? Case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which DL6 incident occurred. The date of the DL6 incident, December 28th. Well, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important the date was to him. I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible proof. This is the Edgeworth case? Yes, we're still doing it. I set my ATM number to 0001 because I'm number one. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Huh, indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting close. One more. If we can just find one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Huh. Very well, witness, you may continue. God damn it. Let the bird speak, blah, 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 testify. I guess the name. Maybe I should get her to say her name? Polly, what's your name? Polly, walk. Mr. Wright, I think we've established that the parrot name is Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Maybe? Let's check this again. Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Oh wait, that sucks. After his arrest, fiancé Polly Jenkins committed suicide because he was arrested? A bit extreme, but okay. Of course. Yes, it does. Ha, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking this bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot name reveals is the same file we showed before. The L6 case file. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parrot's name? Suspect. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly? Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of the fiancée who had committed suicide. That was why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. That's enough. He has a granddaughter? Huh. Okay. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True. Oh, I didn't say it in his voice. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seem more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the bow shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. He suddenly stands out straight. I've accomplished what I want to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi, so it was you who killed Mr. Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said, I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. How do you pretend to have brain damage? Whatever. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. He won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. And then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had said it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth, a 5-year-old. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Montgomery, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room. Oh, God. I need to take a drink. 1 second. There we go. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take to the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Woo! We actually beat Von Karma. Now his perfect trial record is just gone. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them that he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them that he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Now, I would usually raise an objection. However, I think this is the thing that we need to actually get sorted out, because otherwise it's just going to keep being an issue. And I don't think he's just going to give up. So, you know, leave it to Edgeworth. No. I'm sure Edgeworth thought about this one long and hard. This isn't my place to interfere. Nick, are you sure? There's nothing we can do about it. This is his problem now. For 15 years, I had a recurring dream. A nightmare is only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me, Your Honor. I confess my guilt. I am guilty of the DL6 incident, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me! Order, order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I'll consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. We found him not guilty of one crime just to go into another. I'm sorry, Wright. I just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I don't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. No, it's not. There are literal different cases of different types of murder. Manslaughter. Genocide. You know, you can't just say murder is murder. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I mean, I wasn't, but you could say that. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I've got to prove that Mr. Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts since the real fight's about to begin. I'll prove you're innocent, trust me. Right. And then they made out before the trial. I'm sorry, but the undertones here are just seen by everyone. Even though it's not the case, it kind of feels like it. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. He just gave him his PIN number. Then, though pointless, to let the defense do their cross-examination. Statute of limitations on DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about this dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Huh. So, and until now, you thought that this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. And now we're going to press on him as much as we can. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. There were only 2 things. I know my father lost and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma? You were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I'll remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes. Myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first. But then, as time passed, no one came to help. What did you do then? I was 9 years old. Okay, he was 9. Fine. 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff's Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when he fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? Who sent the gun to Yanni Yogi? Was it Von Karma? Yes, it was. He sent the gun and the letter to him. We learned that during the investigation, and we had the letter, but Von Karma tased us and then took the letter back, and probably destroyed it. I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous, but the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. I better find out quick. I know what it is. Where is it? A single gunshot, which we know is not true because in the case file it says the murder weapon was fired twice. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. The evidence, everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Ooh, don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Unless you know the exact reference number and page number you're looking at. It's so stupid. It's like, why do I have to specifically point it out like that? And why do you have to object to it? Just wait for me to do that. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? It was me! I was the murderer. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? I gotta see! Bless me. Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of these shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had done something to do with this case? Yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. You have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident. I'm assuming it's this because I knew immediately. You can see it in the preview. There's a bullet hole in the door, but it's not mentioned anywhere. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. The photo proves 2 shots were fired where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Thank you. I just saw that comment. Thank you for the blessing.
Take that!
As it should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, who could that someone possibly be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Case summary page, that's on page 1. Look what's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing that was quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the scene of the crime. However, as Mr. Von Kommer says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom on this matter. Yeah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. But no. You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth to declare it innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. It's like, you're not even trying it, Phoenix. Just at least think of something. Don't just be like, oh, well, I guess I'll just give up then. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I want to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no, he's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations of the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Yeah, objection.
Objection!
Your Honor. I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Ugh. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist. I don't know who's saying that, but it must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, why would he have... How would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? The murderer didn't need it, I guess, because... The reason why there was a scream, maybe the murderer got hit? Or would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. He had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer? What does it mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Think that you're like an insane person. Oh, go get. There you go, crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think that the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's like, this is the one moment where it brings into question if Phoenix has got like some sort of psychic powers himself, seeing as he's speaking to a dead woman on his own without Maya's help. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could just perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer himself was shot, and they left the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. Phoenix's inherited powers are coming to light. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There were no murderer. There was no murderer. I mean, no one was wounded at the scene at the time of this incident. He's right, I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick, huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took away vacation for several months after that, you see. As, yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man! Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Say it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma! Von Karma? That smile. Why is his mustache shaking? That's his mouth. That's him speaking. He doesn't get a mouth. He just has a mustache. You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Did you pride yourself on a perfect record? Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? I had to slip into his voice again. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at night? Mr. Wright. Bring the doctor to operate on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave any clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. The mustache shakes when he does not speak. I'm talking about Mr. Bros. Yeah, I know. It's, you know, he just likes shaking his mustache. If you had something on your lip that big, would you not be wanting him to move it? Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out yourself. I beg to differ. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, you produce evidence that I proved that it was shot. I don't think I still have it. I do. All right, Mr. Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I'll show you how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Mr. Von Karma was shot is the metal detector, because if he's still got the bullet, we can detect the metal. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, even leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's only one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Oh, he's sweating now. I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Screw your rights. Wait, if the one shot hit Von Karma, then how about the bullet hole in the elevator? The bullet hole in the elevator is the bullet that hit Von Karma. So, it's like this. Edgeworth throws the pistol. It discharges. But instead of hitting anyone, it hits the elevator door, hits the glass, goes through the glass, and hits the person on the other side of that glass, which is Von Karma. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma. You. It was you. Or he would say it more as like a, it was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. Actually, you do. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any evidence of the DL6 incidents. Or evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you can't convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. Why is the case called DL6? It's just the reference name of the case. So you probably have something like DL1, DL2. And then we're probably up to like, what? YK1, YK2. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can think that the bullet in your shoulder to... I can link the bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. It's the one that Maya got, the bullet. Still bears clear ballistic markings. Remember the ballistic markings? It's come up again.
Take that!
That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then if the markings are matched, we would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder. And then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. Von Karma's granddaughter is going to be disappointed with Von Karma. Yeah. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? I know what's coming, so I need to prepare for it. Oh. Oh. Whoa. That scream. I heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. Not making it easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. Oh. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me! So it was you. You and your curse, father, are my curse. Your father shamed me with the penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. Something, whatever. It went too far. 15 years earlier, Chief Prosecutor. Oh no, this is Karma again. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. On Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. Sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. You went mad, yeah? Edgeworth! I was all shocked like I'd never known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from the oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. Merry Christmas. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man who would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. I mean, he's accepting of it at least. In the end, he did go kind of crazy when we got found out, but he's like, okay, fine, I lost. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty for the second time. Woo! God. That is all. This court is adjourned. Objection! Wait, there's more! Gregory's actually still alive! And a zombie! 538. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? On camera looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It's pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done that better. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You know, I saw the start of this case and Nick's joined back at the end of it. Yeah, that's going to be a wild ride for you. You had a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. Oh, you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you should say thank you. I see. Whoop! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. What are you doing here? It just came out of nowhere. Lana. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in a cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let's bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Laura? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative reporter pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. Huh? You don't look sick. His fiancée, she's going to Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. He's just so awkward. By the way, has the series ended? No. No. There's more. This case might be over, though. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you came along tonight, too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah, what's up? The envelope that Larry gave me it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly? Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No, Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Harry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Harry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole cost was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Does Phoenix have a romantic relationship? Maybe? That's a loaded question right there. There's a lot of... people would say different things. Maybe it's more defined late in the series, but I've only played like the first 4 or 5 games, so I don't know. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get walked up too easily, too. Death, the death sentence to both of you. Man, if only I'd known I'd become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all, line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go. Roger. Guess I have to see more of the series to find out. And you will, because we got other 2 games to play for this. Or part of this, trilogy. After that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us on out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. We went to party without Edgeworth. December 29th. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? Still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this, a letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left to the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick? Maya? So you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Hold it!
Wait. What? I never could have saved Edward without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, but only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, Mr. Brosberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. I'll show her the gun. You will be happy or I'll shoot you. No, it's because of the bullet.
Take that!
A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick, thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm gonna complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. And there she goes. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this.
Objection!
Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woo! Detective Gumshoe! And then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. God damn it. Stop going out with people that just keep leaving you to a different country. Are you that bad to date that you make people leave? Oh, right. Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Sure, you were there for the one case and then disappeared. You almost destroyed my voice. Oh, it's the bellhop boy. Phoenix Wright? Aha, the defense attorney from whom I wrote that evidence for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management for Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. I'm not skipping these because, you know, I like reading these guys' prologues or whatever, epilogues. Oh, it's you. Phoenix, right? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Stop wiggling your mustache. You're upset, Swordmaster. Oh, God. Phoenix, right? He's an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know there was a Vine put Amazon DVD with the box set? No, what I was saying with DVD with the three-letter words, no good, you're supposed to say straight. God damn it, woman! pleased to announce The Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. I keep keeping my face out of the public eye until the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Not upset, just curious. Yeah. Oh, I get a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? And just think, this one game was the one that started off a franchise that became as big as it is. It's not as huge as like Final Fantasy or something, but it's still kind of famous. Or not famous, popular. Right, who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk to Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. Kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. I hope this song doesn't get me copyright. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training because of to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm going to be famous. Shinji Mikami. Isn't Shinji Mikami the guy that's Persona? Oh, whatever. Oh my god, victory! Why does Edgeworth look so good there? Capcom R. Rated R. Ooh. A brand new episode has been added. It's episode 5. The secret episode that was only added to the DS version. I think it was only the English version too. But it's great. I liked it. A new episode has been unlocked. So, yes, I would like to see my progress. Alright. Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. You thought it was over, did you? Well, you're wrong. There's another case for this one game. I unfortunately can't skip this. I can't stop it. So I guess we're watching the intro for this other one. Oh yeah, this is also the time where they started doing, like, or tried to do 3D things. Two different towers, two people with different knives. I have to actually stop it there because it will be too much spoiler. But you get a sneak peek of the next episode when we do it. I think that's been 2 hours, right? Yeah, literally just a minute left until 2 hours. So this is the perfect place to stop. So then you're excited for the next time when we find out what this was about. So, you know, look forward to that. I will say that the extra case that you get with that is amazing. I love that case. Purely because of all the extra stuff they added into it. So I'm excited to do that. So definitely look forward to it. But as for the main game itself, that's done. This is just an extra case. So thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the main game. I know I did. I like it. I like the series a lot. It's just a lot of fun. Being wacky, crazy lawyer man and all this other stuff. Even though the voices sometimes put a strain on my throat, I enjoy putting on these voices, which is strange. Obviously, at the beginning of like every stream, I have to get comfortable. I have to get comfortable again with doing the voices because I feel kind of foolish doing voices. It's why I don't do it that often. But I'm enjoying doing them, to be honest. And maybe as time goes on, I get better at them. You know, like voice actors, when they practice, they get better at doing their job. So who knows? But that's it for today. We'll be back with this on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And we will be back on Tuesday before that with Bioshock. So tune in for that if you like. So as usual, if you like what I do, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do that bell notification so you know when I next stream, you get notified about it. And if you want to, there's also my Twitter, so then you know if there's any announcements there, whether I can't stream or something else comes up or whatever, then you can do that too. And if you want to help support me directly, there's links to Patreon and tips. Both help immensely. And if you do become a patron, you get your name added to this end card screen where I thank you for the continued support, along with Hiru Rukuni, where I give you fist bumps and cheese donut. I don't know. That'd be disgusting. I would want people not to do that at that point, but you get the point. Thank you for joining. I hope to see you all next week. Y'all have a nice weekend, and take care of yourselves. Until then, ciao. Bye, Swordmaster. Bye, everyone.